Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 9, text number 28. Vidura Vacha Sudurlabam Yat Paramam Padam Harer Maya Vinastat Charanarchitarjitam Ledvapi Asiddhartam Iveika Janma Katam Swamatmanam Amanyatartavet. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sri Vidura inquired, "My dear Brahmana, the abode of the Lord is very difficult to attain. It can be attained only by pure devotion service, which alone pleases the most affectionate, merciful Lord." Dhruva Maharaj achieved this position even in one life, and he was very wise and conscientious. Why then was he not very pleased? Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Saint Vidura inquiry is very relevant. The word arthavit, which refers to one who knows how to discriminate between reality and unreality, is very significant in this connection. An arthavit is also called Paramahamsa. A Paramahamsa accepts only the active principle of everything, just as a swan accepts only the milk from a mixture of water and milk. A Paramahamsa accepts only the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his life and soul, neglecting all external material things. Dhruva Maharaj was in this category, and due to his determination he achieved the result he desired. But still, when he returned home, he was not very pleased. So why then he was not very pleased? I think that will be answered by Maitreya Rishi in the next verse. So we'll dwell on the other things. My dear Brahmana, the abode of the Lord is very difficult to attain. It can be attained only by pure devotion service, which alone pleases the most affectionate, merciful Lord. So Prabhupada is explaining the word arthavit in the verse, being very wise. Artha means essence, which means one who knows. So in this material world, especially this is a qualification required for separating matter from spirit. Because the basic principle of illusion is Maya Devi makes us look at matter as if it is spirit. So to see the two tattvas, matter is different, spirit is different, is very important. Starting with our own body. Matter, body and spirit. Therefore, this world is called dualistic world. Two energies which have contradictory characteristics are operating in this world. Soul's nature is eternity, knowledge and bliss. And matter's nature is it is transient and full of ignorance and also causes miseries, opposite of Ananda. So there are two energies, spirit and matter. The spirit seeks these three things. Matter has opposite characteristics. Spirit is a person, matter is not a person. Matter is, then why do we identify with the matter? This is the special bewildering potency of Maya Devi, whose business is to give the living entities little crumbs of pleasure, illusory pleasure, for their material senses. And why she gives? Because we want independent pleasure. And ties us down into this material world to believe that this is the spiritual world. Even though it is very obvious intellectually when we analyze, this body is growing old, this body is fraught with disease, old age. It just takes half a minute to look into this reality. But we don't live like that. We don't live in that reality. Because from the childhood, we have created in our mind a sense of I am this body. And it is very deep. Not only I am this body, and based on this body we relate with everything else in this world. So the I am the body is aham and then mama. The body is connection. So the entire, imagine, from the time of birth, slowly as we grow up, this concept about aham, this body, soul has got the propensity. Soul has an identity. That identity is called, that I-ness and minus is a nature of the soul. Prabhupada says I-ness and minus. My-ness, I-ness. The Sanskrit word for I-ness and minus is ahanta and mamata. So, soul has to put this ahanta somewhere, because he is an individual. And based on that ahanta, he has to extend mamata, possession, or connection, or relationship. And these are the two basic seeds of the world that the mind creates for each one of us. Each one of us, from childhood, we have created this world based on these two big lies that we tell ourselves. Everybody tells, because there is no alternative, because at that age, you cannot discriminate. When you are a baby, you cannot discriminate. When a small boy or girl, you cannot discriminate. What the society tells, you will believe. And the society is treating you like a body. You are also treating everybody like a body. So this illusion that I am this body breaks only when we die. but still this illusion goes on. So Paramahamsa, the quality of Arthavit means he sees the essence. The essence of the body is that the soul is inside. Soul is the essence. Without the soul, the body is useless. Without the soul, the body cannot see, touch, smell, etc., etc. So what is the essence in this body? Is a spirit. So seeing the spirit as the person and not as the body as a person. Seeing the spirit as a person. One who is Arthavit. He sees the whole world differently. Automatically, when these two illusions are broken in his mind. Because the moment we say, I am this body, what is my nature? Satchidananda. So I'll try to achieve Satchidananda for this body. That is sense gratification. Enjoyment. So whole material world is trapped. The soul's trying to enjoy this body. Why they are trapped like that? Very unfair, isn't it? Why they are trapped? No. They are trapped because there is something more fundamental. The attitude of the living entity who wants he wants to be self-made. He wants to be he does not want to depend on another person. Independent in existence, maintaining his existence, independent in his activities. I will earn, I will enjoy. Of course, the attitude is there, independent attitude is there, but end of the day, Maya makes us not independent. We have a false sense of independence, but Maya makes us become dependent upon impersonal things. Maya makes that karmis dependent upon money. Money is impersonal. What is the soul's nature? To depend upon Krishna. So they reject that verse, that person who is the shelter of all jivas. So they don't want to surrender to another person. They want ultimately, because it is impersonal, they think they are controlling, but actually they are serving Maya. They are serving money, they are serving na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. They are serving opposite sex. Family life is another pocket of illusion because it is centered around body, all bodily relationship. Origin of it. So life goes on in the material world. Maya Devi makes us live in one life, one story in your head. I am this body. Next life, another story. But the soul is neither this nor that, nor any body in any life. So Paramahamsa develops the perception, constant perception, or a devotee has to develop this constant perception, seeing everything in relationship with the Lord. That means the essence of everything is the Lord. The existence is for the purpose of the Lord. All living entities engage in fruitive activities. They are all serving Maya, who is a servant of Maya, servant of Krishna. So my Lord servant, she is engaging all the living entities who don't want to depend upon Krishna. Okay, engage in fruitive activities. All the living entities who do not want to partake in Krishna's enjoyment. Okay, go and have your own enjoyment. So devotee ultimately, when he comes out of this bodily consciousness, identification, he comes out of the bodily identification does not necessarily mean that he has no relationship with the body. A Vaishnava does not think he is the body, but he thinks he has a relationship with the body. Vaishnava doesn't think he is his mind, but he understands he has a relationship with the mind. He does not think I am intelligence, but he thinks I have a relationship with the intelligence. Just like this garland, I have a relationship with this garland. I am not the garland. What is that relationship? You see, I am not the body. If it has to go, I am this body is a current relationship that we are having. If the current relationship, I am the body, has to go, you have to feed your intelligence with an alternate relationship. What is that? This body is a yantra meant to serve the Lord. So it's quite valuable. I am not the body doesn't mean I have to abandon the body. I am not the mind doesn't mean I don't have to abandon. I am not the intelligent doesn't mean I have to abandon. I am not my emotion doesn't mean I have to abandon. The Mayavadis, they say, I am not this matter, and they abandon everything. Vaishnavas, they replace their old relationship with the new relationship on the basis of arthavit, that everything has to serve the Supreme Lord. The Vaishnava thinks, I am not the body, but I have a relationship with the body which belongs to Krishna. There are two owners in this body. Our soul and super soul. So super soul is a primary owner. I am tenanted in this body, even to use it. So I don't use it for my independent Satchidananda search, which will anyway will fail. It's an illusory goal. So I use this body to please Guru and Krishna. So we don't abandon the body, we take care of the body, we maintain it nicely. Nicely means not sentimentally. We take this body to work, make it work efficiently. For the service of Guru and Krishna. So our entire, when we are born, we are put into illusion. I am the body. Years and years and nothing else. Karmis know nothing else other than I am the body. How can they know anything more? Because they are years and years and years, they are growing. And as a karmi grows up, illusion becomes deeper because number of years, so deep it becomes, I am this body. So at time of death, he is thinking, I have to die. He really believes he dies, but actually he never dies. Because he believes he dies, he is terrified, fear. So when we are young, we hear this knowledge from Prabhupada and Krishna. It's easy for us to come out of this bodily concept of life. So that is the basic thing. In this entire existence, two forces, two energies, spirit and matter. So devotee sees everywhere the supreme spirit, the spirit and the material energy. Material energy is continuously changing. This body is also continuously changing. But even though it's continuously changing, we don't detect it is changing. Therefore, it doesn't strike us. We don't get the realization, I am not this body. As I often give this example, every day you change your clothes. So you don't identify with your clothes. You don't identify with your clothes. Why? Very easy for you to realize it's not me, because it's changing. I wear another one tomorrow. So I am wearer. I am the wearer of the clothes. So clothes are different. So immediately you have a good relationship, a relationship of knowledge with your shirt, with your clothes. What is the reason behind it? Every day you are seeing, you're taking out, and in the same way by hearing Krishna's transcendental sound, his instruction in Bhagavad Gita, Vashamsi jirnani yata vihaya, how we also change this whole body. We don't see in our lifetime changing of the body that way. But if you go above many lives, death, life, death, life, death, life, death, life, death, life, death, say 10 lives you see like that, take a bird's eye view, you'll get detached. Oh, yeah. I was born in this body, it'll go also. Earlier I was having body, it'll go also. So therefore I am not this body, even though to my appearances I'm holding, continuity is there in one body. But even within this one body there is no continuity in reality. Because continuously the cells are changing, everything is changing, nothing is... It's an illusion. There is no vastu here. It's an effect. Our bodies are effects, whereas body is a vastu. These are effects. The material world, earth, water, fire, air, ether is an effect. The spiritual world, the body is not an effect. It is an eternal, chinmaya, deha. So Paramahamsa is compared to a swan which separates, it takes only milk from the mixture of milk and water. That is the quality of a swan. It takes the essence, it wants to drink the milk, it will take this milk alone. Similarly, a Vaishnava's entire paradigm of existence and life changes What is it that I can take for Krishna's service? The way 24 hours is only looking at everything like that. Because he's seeing everything is Krishna's property. So how I can engage in Krishna's service? So automatically, once sense gratification, all these things is gone, because his attitude is devotional service. Devotional service is driven by an attitude to give pleasure to the Lord. So these are the state of consciousness that we have to achieve. All this knowledge that Prabhupada has given us, all the powerful association that is given to us, holy name, deities, prasadam and all these things, is meant to be in this body without bodily concept of life. Be in this body knowing that I have surrendered this body to the Lord. It belongs to Him. Being in this body and mind and engaging the mind and body only for Krishna's purpose. Guru and Krishna's purpose. So all the facilities are given to give us to become free from this other side is illusion. Prabhupada repeatedly says, our nature is to serve. So either we serve Krishna or Maya. So in Maya, you serve Maya. Maya is so expert, she makes you serve her and makes you feel that you are serving yourself. Maya is so expert, actually she is making you serve her and makes you feel, I am serving myself, I am enjoying. But actually it is that's not soul's enjoyment. Soul can enjoy only in giving pleasure to the Lord. So completely, the living entity is covered by these things. The root cause of that covering, it is more than Maya can capture only if we have, her job is only to give what the jiva wants, illusory pleasure. If the jiva says, I don't want, her action on the living entity is over. The belief that these are the pleasures for me, material pleasures are my pleasures, that belief, if it breaks, a very deep belief that I have to take care of myself, I have to enjoy myself, I have to provide myself, my Satchidananda. I have to grab my Satchidananda. Whole world is that. I have to grab myself, my share. And laws of karma governs how much you capture false things, asat, how much achit you acquire in the name of chit, how much dukkha you accumulate in the name of ananda. When the living entity is not entitled, or when he does not deserve his original happiness, love of Godhead, then Maya captures. Okay, you want something else? You want Satchit Ananda minus Krishna? Then I'll provide. If you don't want to buy something, you have no interest For instance, if you'll see in MG Road, there's one silk shop, 2-3 silk shops are there. So there's competition. Big silk shop. When we used to go on book distribution, we used to see this. We are trying to distribute books, but there are agents from outside the shop, from the shop, in the footpath. Bunny, 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 bunny. They want to take them into the shop. Moment you go inside the shop, first of all, ladies, husband and wife is going. Bunny, 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 bunny. Husband is walking because it's a sari shop. Wife is little slowing down. And then these guys catch up. Finally, wife wins. And together they walk into the shop. As soon as they go into the shop, in fact, I used to go sit in that shop, waiting for the check for that person. So I had observed this. I'm talking about 35 years back. I had observed what is happening. Because I used to see, there's no guarantee this person will buy. But still they make them sit. Chai tagomba, coffee kodu. They give that. Meantime, so that they're waiting for chai or coffee. The guy gets some taste, what kind of you like. He asks the woman, what kind of saree you like. He'll take them to that sect. He will non-stop take one after the other. He'll throw it. One after the other. So bewildering that the ladies bewildered. Earlier they didn't even choose whether to come inside or not. Some people who are smart, they go away. I'm not interested. Can this shop trap them? Because they went away. I'm not interested. Little interest was there, pulled inside. And they throw saree after saree after saree. That's only a saree shop. One after the other. So as a young man, I was thinking, so much energy they are wasting. First they should know whether they want or not. And then it's all rational mind. What do you want? You want this type, come here. Okay. Which among this you want? Like that, they'll never sell even one. So they were throwing like this. Then they get obligated. They get involved. Seeing this. They overload their brain with varieties. And then after that, they will give commentary. They are observing. What is she thinking? Idu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. By chance she says, yeah, ಈ ಕಲರ್ ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. He'll catch that word. Next 20 colors he'll put. ಈ texture ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ finish. Like that, the whole shop will be on them. They will go out buying one of them. They entered not able to decide. Some people were smart. Nahi chahiye. So this is our relationship with Maya should be. Nahi chahiye, ja rahe hain main. Chahiye, thoda idea de do. De deta hai. Selling will happen, you will buy. You will buy means what? You will use your free will. Free will is a currency. Without free will, without the currency, without paying free will, you cannot enjoy senses. Sense gratification is not possible. So devotees feel, the Vaishnava feels, my free will is to obey my Guru and Krishna, not for anything else. Okay, this is pleasing to Guru and Krishna? Yes, free will. Not pleasing? No. This is the use of our free will. And in illusory free will is what? Oh, then the person is, let's say the lady is finally buying a sari. She's thinking, I chose. She's thinking, I chose. Why? Because she really chose between two mayas. So in the material world, free will means a false thing that it is free, but actually choosing between two mayas. So that is called illusory free will. Illusory free will. Free will is meant for choosing between Maya and Krishna. That is the application of free will for the Lord. Accept things favorable for devotion service, reject things unfavorable for devotion service. That is the exercise of our free will. That means we are surrendering our free will to Krishna. In the other case, we are surrendering our free will to Maya. Everybody in the material world, they are using their free will. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. How do we understand this belief system? Is it connected to guna, kala, karma of individual? Belief system.
Belief system. No, all our beliefs can be classified under Sat belief, Chit belief, Ananda belief. Sat belief is about existence. Who am I? I am this body. It's a Sat belief. Chit belief. We are thinking that material knowledge is equal to spiritual knowledge. Physics, chemistry, all these things. So many people professors are very proud. I have this, I have 100 papers in this. So for him he is living for a false chit belief. I'll discover another one more. Then he gets rasa, chit rasa. Then there is Ananda belief. Ananda comes under two headings, love and pleasure. This gives me pleasure. This gives me love. This gives me happiness. It's all very deeply, we are tied up to things. Automatically, once you get that sense object, you feel you are happy. Because you have a belief that gives me happiness. This gives me love. So false beliefs, all beliefs are classified under these three.
In this connection,
all three beliefs. Belief is what? A plus B is equal to Sat. Another A plus B is equal to Chit. A plus B is equal to Ananda. That B is a sense object. A is you. A plus the sense object is this. That sense object need not be object alone. Situation also. Situations are, because it's an illusory thing. This situation, as soon as you hear about you are in that situation, you are very happy. The situation. So situation also, powerful situation, powerless situation. So all these, that is why it is said, just see, if you understand this, our sense gratification can become zero if we get Sat, Chit, Ananda energy from Nama Prabhu. Automatically everything will just dissolve. A will go one side, B will go one side. So there was no relationship. I only created A plus B is equal to C. Now you are able to see A, B, C. You throw A there, you throw B here, that connection is gone, C is vanished. It is only my illusory Sat, Chit and Ananda. Asat was, I was thinking as Sat. Yes, you're...
In this connection, yesterday there was a discussion with one person, spiritual and material education. So his point was about the material education, the conviction. Material education, his conviction and the faith. Because his question also was that in order to even you have taken up this Krishna consciousness, some degree you also would have. So it gives a daily bread, is what his conclusion was. So how do we attain? Of course, there was a counterpart. What I mean to say, in material education system, so much so believe they have actually, that it can give us, whereas they feel the spiritual education isn't.
Whereas?
Spiritual education can't give this.
Spiritual gratification.
Education.
Aspiration.
Education.
Spiritual education cannot give?
Cannot give. That's where they believe the...
Who told you do only spiritual education? Nobody told. We all have a body, we all have a duty, we all have prarabdha karma. So you have to do your duty and it is all destined. Therefore you don't struggle there. But you have to do your duty. Otherwise, just like, what does Prabhupada say? That lion sits and nothing comes and falls in the mouth. Lion is the king of the forest. Still he has to go and he has to catch somebody. He may be successful, so he is called lion. But I am the king of the forest. Nothing will come and fall inside. Correct? So similarly, okay, now you are all in Krishna consciousness movement. You don't have to bother about eating and sleeping and all that. So one level of liberation is blessed on the devotees. Already liberated. From material struggle you are liberated. Now you want to be a Vaishnava outside. You don't have this liberation. But a Vaishnava understands that jo karne ka, jo aane ka aayega. Destined. When I am born, I know what wealth, what wife, what death, what everything is already destined. You cannot change that. A karmi cannot change that. So what is the use of struggling there? So he puts a struggle where it makes a difference. Spiritual life is not destined. How well you chant next year is not destined. Depends upon you. Whether after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whether you'll come to the platform of pure devotional service or not, depends on you. It's not destiny. So a devotee shift his struggle from material struggle to spiritual struggle. That's what you should tell. Your spiritual, your material struggle, you have to do your duty. The concept of duty Krishna has given. Nobody has, no other scriptures, no other religion has this concept of duty. That concept of duty takes care of your material body, whatever is required, everything. You go on doing your duty. If you are supposed to become billionaire, you will become billionaire. If that is destined for you, not that a billionaire worked, he had, he did not sleep and he did not eat and therefore he is a billionaire. He ate and slept and worked like anybody else. Due to his karma, he ended up being a billionaire. Common sense. In the material world, you see people who are very rich and all. You don't see any immediate, he's got that On the other hand, you will see very smart guys. They don't get any money. Very intelligent guys. Sometimes I have seen very capable guys also. Smart, intelligent, practical, very capable, but still failure. Because that's a destiny. Sukha Dukkha is destined. The moment one is born. Now destined means what? It's not that somebody is pushing upon you your destiny. Out of all the karma bijas, certain bijas are, opened up, bottle is opened up. Now this life, all these things will come out. Different kinds of sweet fruits and bitter fruits. Yes.
Prabhu, in this aspect, if I say a spiritual activity and material activity, a person might be brooming a temple, and a material activity also, he might be also brooming in his own room. So one activity will be liberating, another activity will be entangling. Can we say it in this way? And one more thing is, when it comes to eating, if we do things for eating.
No, you're talking about brooming the temple and brooming the ashram?
Brooming the
Karmi
room.
Karmi.
Activity is same, but the result is, one is liberating, another is entangling.
Right.
And when it comes to eating, what Prabhu was mentioning, so one takes Krishna Prasadam, a devotee takes Krishna Prasadam, another takes a bhoga. So in this case also, the activity is same, but one is liberating, another is entangling. Can we say it like this?
Yes, correct, 100%.
And regarding the class, I had one doubt, Prabhu.
We also work for results. You see, you cannot, like Arjuna was told to fight. Arjuna could not have fought without being, goal-oriented, and he's an archer. He has to know whom to kill, strategizing, all those things. He did all those things. So even we also do strategizing, everything, but our goal is for Prabhupada and Krishna. So therefore, in other words, fruitive activity does not mean you chase the fruit. Fruitive activity means you chase the fruit for yourself. We chase the fruit for Prabhupada and Krishna, to preach Krishna consciousness. It's not fruitive activity, it's devotion service. Just like eating, you gave example. Activity also I am giving example. Vaishnava also works, and karmis also work. Yeah. That's all. Grandharaj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.